Let's go back now to Ukraine as Russia's war on the country enters its third year. CTV's Heather Wright joins us now live from Kyiv. Heather, thank you for joining us. And what more do we hear about Trudeau and other allies in terms of additional funding for Ukraine? They were there in a surprise visit yesterday.
Yes, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau joined a number of other leaders along with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. They had a number of ceremonies to mark 2 years since this full-scale invasion began. And among the promises pledged by Canada to Ukraine is an additional $3.02 billion in funding. This will include about $320 million in military aid and a number of other measures to help bolster this economy as it enters its third year of war. Canada has also committed to being there, to supporting Ukraine for the next 10 years. And when we talked to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau before he left, before he got back on that train to return to Poland, he said that the hope within that 10 years is that Ukraine joins NATO. We also heard from the president of the European Commission, who was talking about expediting Ukraine's process to join the European Union. So a number of allies were here and are here in Ukraine, marking the second anniversary of this full-scale invasion, promising to be there for Ukraine in the long term as it's becoming increasingly more clear that this war is not going to end anytime soon and it could drag on for many more years.
Now we're hearing the resolve of the politicians, but what about people on the ground, the average Ukrainians?
Well, that is a big fear that they have is A, how much longer is this war going to drag on? And B, how much longer are they going to be able to count on the support from the West? We heard from the Ukrainian Minister of Defense today saying roughly 50% of aid and military supplies that's promised to Ukraine does not arrive on time. And that was really one of the undertones yesterday as we were hearing from these world leaders and asking them questions. The commitments are great on paper, but they need to get here. And Canada, is not alone in struggling with some of those delivery delays with the drones that have been pledged, with the NASAMS that Canada has purchased from the United States for Ukraine. These are surface to air missile defense systems that are very critical to helping Ukraine on the front lines. They purchased them from the United States, but still have no delivery date. So that is, sort of the rhetoric that we're hearing a lot today as this war enters its third year, is that the commitments are, of course, very appreciative of the Ukrainian people, of the government, but they actually need to get here to make any difference on the front line. And keep in mind that Russia has certainly pivoted its economy to become a wartime economy. They have factories working 24/7, pumping out munitions, and the West simply can't keep up with that productivity. And in order for Ukraine to win this war, they are going to need to get supplies much quicker to the front lines in order to stave off the Russian advance.
CTV's Heather Wright, thank you for that update.